there, my name's Eddie, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm the Wolfsbane Witch. And today is day 6 of Ivy the Occultist's 12 Days of Yule challenge. So today I'm just gonna sit down pretty chill-like and just reflect on life, death, and rebirth. And I just want to reflect a little bit on what it might mean for us spiritually or symbolically, and what it also might mean for us magically, how we can use these concepts within our magic, or how these concepts already kind of tie into the magic we do on a daily basis. So the first thing that comes to mind when I think about the cycle of life, death, and rebirth is its sort of interconnectedness of all things, a sort of memento mori for us, but also a way to help put us into context as living, organic, and mortal beings. I kind of think of it like that one scene in Lion King where Mufasa talks about becoming the grass that the antelope that he now eats will eventually eat after he passes. And this sort of thought process, this I am one thing now, but later I will become another thing, is inherent to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, especially when it comes to paganism and magic, but just in its symbolism in general. So I'm going to use the seasons as an example because I think that they're the most tangible, real-world thing that we have to explore the idea of life, death, and rebirth as it relates to us and our inner cycles, our little inner microcosm, if you will. I'm sure we've all been through a moment in our lives where we've started a brand new project, where we've met a brand new person, where we're thinking of a brand new goal, and it's all roses and flowers and beautiful and sunshine, and there's so much potential that we see. We can consider that our version of spring, or the first cycle of life. Then you move into summer. This is when you've achieved that thing. So maybe you have that job that you were fancifully looking after. You have that relationship that you were seeking. And now is the time where you're indulging in it. You're finding its abundance and you are receiving that abundance. But it's still growing at this stage as well. And so after this stage is starting to come to a close, we start to hit that liminal stage of where death comes in. This is autumn or fall. It's sort of a 50-50 between life and death, and you can kind of see that because you're still able to harvest. There's traditionally a lot of harvest festivals still going on during the autumn period, but it sort of ramps down towards the end of autumn and into the start of winter. You can see this as harvesting the abundance or the last fruits of what you have done throughout that sort of life stage that you just had. So this could be you're about to leave that relationship that I mentioned before. Maybe you're about to take the lessons that you learned from that relationship and apply that to your boundaries moving forward to make you stronger as a person. Maybe you're about to get married in that relationship, and so you're taking the fruits of what you have done together and you are using that to build a strong foundation for your relationship moving forward into a happy marriage. Maybe you're using the money from that project that you finished to help further your education, to help give you a new cycle to begin. And so that's kind of what this is. It's reaping that harvest of the last fruits of what you've been working on from that spring into summer stage. And it's kind of ending at this point too, or changing into something different. It is not going to be what it once was after this stage. So after that sort of decline happens, that's when you get into your winter phase, or your deep, true death phase. This is the phase where I like to akin to the new moon energy, or that seed energy. This is the time when you're reflecting, when you're accepting, and when you're kind of in a stasis. Have you ever, let's say, lost a job, or stopped a project, or finished something, and then thought, now what? Who am I now? What do I do with myself now? This is that sort of liminal period of death, of an end of something. So, because there is that liminal period of the end of something, we can akin this to winter. And inevitably, after winter, after we've sort of relaxed, recouped, and refound ourselves, regrounded ourselves, we can move forward and we can find other new shiny things to move forward in that spring energy. And it just keeps that cycle up over and over again. And pretty much anything in your life can kind of be put into the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And the same thing can go with your magic. You see, a lot of occult knowledge is hidden underneath what is seemingly common sense things about nature. Like I said, I use the seasons in this example because it's the most tangible way that we can physically see and understand the cycle of life, death, and rebirth as it applies to nature, but it also applies to us on an internal level, which I got into a little bit, but because this is supposed to be a short video, I'm not really gonna go too unhinged and down that rabbit hole, but I'd just like to say that take time to meditate on things that are seemingly surface level topics like the life cycle, because you'll end up finding that it can apply to your life in ways that are kind of outside the box. Like I explained with my relationship analogies, there are going to be things that exist in nature that also kind of exist within you. And that's one of the reasons why magicians and pagans and occultists work with the idea, or worship the idea, of life cycles and life, death, and rebirth. This can apply to your magic by assessing the stage of life that you think that you're in, and then doing magic that enhances the stage of life that you want to begin to start. So let's say you are in a deep depression and you feel like you're in a death stage and it's a very negative one, and you want to do magic to help initiate a strong and positive rebirth stage. You might want to do some healing magic or some self-love and self-care magic. And in order to do that, you would apply these ideas of life, death, and rebirth to the magic that you are doing. But that's about all I'm gonna say on the matter for now. I think this is a really interesting topic, and I'm really happy that Ivy decided to add this to the list. This is one of the things that I was really excited to touch upon, and one of the reasons why I decided to do this challenge, because I just love this concept, and I love working it into my magic and trying to see how it fits into my life and working it into my deity work. It's always very fun. So if you've been watching this video all the way up till now, thank you. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you haven't and you would like to, definitely go ahead. I'm definitely planning on posting after this challenge is over, so I'll probably touch a little bit more on these topics that I've touched on today because, like I said, this is just really interesting stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.